Continuing with Sonic 1, we're in the third zone, Spring Yard. It's faster than Marble, not as fast as Green Hill though. It's a tall cityscape type area, and you're gonna get knocked around a lot. This level also loves barraging you with buzz bombers and crab meat. There are also some slower platforming sections. They're not as plentiful as Marble zones, but you know, they're still here. There are also these super annoying enemies that are like armadillos, and if they're in their ball form you can't hurt them, and they love just hitting you at the absolute worst spot. There are also pairs of spikes they have differing movement patterns. Those ones just move left and right together. Also watch out for that spike bar. A lot of parts in Spring Yard you can go into the wall and find usually a few rings. Sometimes there's an item or two in there. Here's another one of these slower platforming sections. Jump right here, don't hit the spring. These enemies, you can't jump on them from the top because they have spikes on them. So instead you want to roll into them from the bottom. Crab meats are more aggressive because they'll actually try and hit you with pincer shots instead of just standing there. Okay, right here we can attempt Special Stage 5. That was Spring Yard Act 1. Spring Yard's a pretty cool zone. I didn't mention this in the last part, but Sonic games 99 out of 100 times have absolutely amazing soundtracks. Special Stage 5 is another maze type. It's not a big room with Special Stage 3. This time the alternate pathways can get more confusing on where you should go. Not super confusing, when you know what you're doing, then you know which one, and how to differentiate which one is the one you aren't supposed to go through. But still kinda confusing. Here we go. Here's another huge crystal barrier you have to break. There we go. There's the 5th Chaos Emerald, it's red. Only one left in the game. Hopefully we can get it in this zone. Here's a continue that I got for getting 50 rings. Spring Yard Act 2 starts off with a spring to the left, but it's kinda useless because that bumper will just halt all your momentum, and you need no momentum to progress. I knew that was gonna happen. This part don't roll because there are 2 spikes and you're more likely to get hit by one of them. These really weird moving platforms, you gotta be careful so you don't get knocked, well, you don't get knocked off, but you get pushed off. There's another one of these platforming sections. Roll into these 3 crab enemies. I'm not sure what kind of crab it's supposed to be, a hermit crab, I think. Go into this wall right here, there's some spring, yeah, there is a spring, but there's rings. You can get stuck right here in this part if you aren't careful. Let's see if I can get that shield. Oh god. If you aren't careful, you can get stuck in an endless loop of just hitting a spring and then hitting a bumper. Which you'll either have to reset the console or wait until the timer hits 10 minutes. Oh jeez, I tried jumping, but I had an itch. Oh god, I know, yeah, one of these guys. I hate those guys. I always take my rings away when I don't need them to. This part you can roll through if you get good timing. Now down here, if you jump at the very end of the slope, you can get a secret pathway, but I didn't have enough momentum. Alright, let's try and get this last Chaos Emerald. Special Stage 6 is another one giant room. I don't know if it's as bad as Special Stage 3 because this one's smaller. But it's not fun. The crystals are absolutely abundant in this special stage. You're just gonna spend most of your time sitting on a crystal waiting for it to break. But yeah, that's the last Chaos Emerald. It's silver. That's all 6 of them. So now that I have all 6 of them, I'm guaranteed a good ending when I beat the game. So Spring Yard Act 3, there's a boss at the end. There's a little pit down. Oh, okay, I shouldn't have died because I hit that ring monitor first. Okay, so you gotta kind of be careful. Okay, well at least I didn't die that time. Okay, come on. These parts aren't super exciting. Yeah, hit that spring, come over here. Hit the switch to get the door to open. Oh jeez. I don't have to worry about getting Chaos Emeralds anymore since I have them all. Now we gotta wait for these blocks to move again. Okay, if you look up or crouch, you can, after a couple seconds, get the camera to pan up or down, which can be useful in some levels or some areas. Come down here, and up here if you hold to the right, you can get Power Sneakers and Invincibility. And if you can get those two, you're pretty much unstoppable for a good 10 seconds or so. Right here, everything underneath me right now is a bottomless pit, so really be careful. But over to the right is the boss. Robotnik, when he's above you, he'll come down with a spike and he'll break that platform that he just impaled with the spike. And yeah, you can't jump on it anymore, so you don't want to wait too long because eventually he'll take out too many blocks and the boss will pretty much become unplayable. But yeah, that's Spring Yard Zone. Every zone up until now is fine. But this next one is absolutely god-awful and one of the worst zones in the entire Sonic series. And that's Labyrinth Zone. A water level. Sonic can't swim. Also, enemies like coming out of nowhere from the ground. So, when Sonic's underwater, the game gets slowed down to a crawl. And it's not fun. Also, Sonic has a 30-second timer. When it gets to 5, it'll start playing music that lets you know that you need to get an air bubble, which will come out of like small groups of bubbles that you can see in the ground, like right here. And if you don't get an air bubble in time, Sonic will drown. The reason Sonic can't swim, when they were developing Sonic 1, the creator Yuji Naka, he for some reason thought that hedgehogs couldn't swim, and he didn't decide to fact check himself, because apparently hedgehogs are actually like really good swimmers in real life. So yeah, Sonic can't swim, all because he didn't fact check. Up here, be careful not to hit those spikes because you'll probably get crushed, but you gotta hit that switch. A checkpoint down here. Watch out for these spears that come out of the ground. Even if they aren't like erect, you can still get hurt, which is kind of stupid. Oh, come on. Sonic's kind of slippery when he's underwater too, which is really stupid. But I mean, it makes sense. Oh, come on. Oh, what the heck? There are these really stupid enemies called Orbinauts. They have a barrier of spikes around them that they like to shoot all 4 of them at. And then, after they shoot them, you can hit their weak spot. So then, wait for these platforms to move. Watch out for that face that shoots a fireball. Oh, come on. Oh jeez, that was close. I'm gonna get that ring monitor. Are you serious? Hit this switch and then that part will come out. And then Labyrinth Act 1 is finally done. Act 2, just like the rest of the game, is longer than Act 1. And it's Labyrinth Zone, so it's even more painful. It introduces these little like waterfalls that Sonic he can jump out of for like a second, but other than that, it's kind of scripted. There's also a little bit of screen crunch in Labyrinth where you can't really see where a lot of the stuff on screen is coming in time. There are also these parts which will just like, you know, move you through the stage. There are a whole bunch of ring monitors, but if you break open that one, you can find the switch that you need to progress. Oh, come on. Yeah, I want that invincibility monitor. Yeah, let's jump down here. Okay, try and get as far as I can with the invincibility. Ooh, I was about to start drowning too. I could hear the music stop. Oh god dang it, I jumped too early. I hate where that enemy's placed right there. Here's another conveyor belt part. Well, not really a conveyor belt, more like a rope. Don't wait on that one for too long, you'll get impaled. But yeah, after that, Act 2 is done. As you can see, the zone is not fun. Alright, Act 3 starts off with one of those like waterfall sections, and you need to jump off at a specific point to find a switch. Right here, if you jump, you'll get a shield. Right there's a switch and 10 rings. It'll open this part of the waterfall, and you can hit that switch and come down here. I like to stay on the top path because it's faster. Watch out for these swinging spikes, they're kinda annoying. And again, those spears, when they're not extended, they can still hurt you, which is really stupid. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, wait for this part. I think all the way to the right, over here. Yeah, here's invincibility. Down here, you need to hit this shield. Or, not shield, the switch. Oh, I can't do it now, but if you jump to the left wall over there, there's like, I think, 40 rings and an extra life. This part there isn't a current that pushes Sonic through. Here's invincibility. And a checkpoint. Stay on this top path right here, so I can get out of the water faster. Like, Labyrinth isn't bad when you're not underwater. Well, not as bad. Oh jeez. But the water just makes it so much worse. Yeah, come on. Sometimes if you aren't good with your timing, you won't be able to get a air bubble in time, and you'll probably drown. Okay. Now we can get out of the water and get another conveyor section. You don't have to ride the whole thing through at first, just hit this switch up here. You can jump across the platforms to make it a little faster. And ride this waterfall, hit this checkpoint, and this is where the boss kinda sorta begins. I miss those platforms. If you do that, just run over the waterfall and then it'll come back down. And I did it again. Okay. So first, well, there isn't really a boss for Act 3. Most of the time you're just climbing a vertical shaft. A lot of people really don't like this section. I don't either, but I find it a little easier if you don't like do full extended jumps, you just do like short hops. And yeah, watch out for the spears and fireballs and stuff. Oh jeez. If you die on this part, you can get the shield to the left where Robotnik is when he starts, but you gotta pretty much make it through without getting hit. And yeah, that's Labyrinth Zone. I'm gonna end it off right here. So next time we'll be in a much better zone. So I'll see you then.